Right, we're doing on another bird nesting walk again. It's a local woodland.
We haven't walked at this yet, have we?
No. It's the weather's not as good as what it was yesterday.
Oh,
It's been lovely and sunny these last couple of weeks, but it's torn. We've had a bit of rain through the night.
It's a bit nippy today, really, isn't it?
It is, aye.
Yesterday was a scorcher.
Yeah, but all the birds are singing.
Right, still I mean, there's a little bit of a... Wait, what was this place? It was like, was it mines? What was this place?
Ah, like an old colliery place, wasn't it? Something to do with them.
Buildings and stone walls and stuff to look and... There's a little pond for the different, there's not much like, but we found a reed buttons under it. We did, we found the common white throats on the top of it now. And there is always water birds on there, like the coot. Might as well have a quick look since we're doing this, of course.
We'll just come down from that path there, and
we want shot first, but it's just a pigeon.
It's just a wood pigeon, but
he's sitting up. How many eggs did these lay again?
Two.
Just two in a day. They'll never lay more than two, do they?
Yeah.
There's somebody coming up like you with a big. That's a trouble in this place. Why we come up from this house, water room, big dogs off the leaves.
I know. They're just letting them go. That's more.
We'll try, your head doing a bit.
We've just come up here, you can see all the wall. We're going to go up there, but just here, you just see the clump like that.
We'll find a lot of wrens, but I like the wrens because they're building unusual places.
They're a good structure of a nest, aren't they?
Tucked away somewhere, you know.
Always nice to see.
It's like really quite hard to see that if you didn't know what you're looking for, really.
No, people would just think it was a lump of rubbish, wouldn't they?
I mean, you would never.
Because you get coal tits, blue tits, grey tits nesting in all these walls. It's all old walls, and we do see them in the trees beside it, but
This old cotton place, it's quite electric. I mean, it's a good mile from top to bottom where it's.
And there's a lot of paths all the way through, isn't there? There's not just the one path. No, we've got different routes as we're going up one way and come back around the other way.
Was it just off here last year? Was it a black cap? What fun? Or?
It was just back up and then...
Oh, was it just up there?
It was just before the path, wasn't it?
It was just up there.
It was, what was it, the garden warbler?
That
was the garden warbler, but we couldn't get the bird coming in because we're leaving the camera on the tripod, but it was right on the edge of the path.
Stood here, didn't we, and left it up there, but there was too many people walking up and doing the dog.
That was the trouble. We just couldn't get it getting in. It was ideal, we could get some ideal footage of it, but it just wouldn't go back in. We couldn't leave the camera.
Too many people walking. I see that.
It's just a missile thrush through there.
It's off like
I know.
Maybe to get it through that gap there. It's probably nesting. They probably have young new was the nest quite early, didn't it?
Aye.
We haven't found one of them yet one next hour.
No, we found one early last year with young.
Is it just the one, or is there
There's a pair of them. So there stands a good chance of being a nest in here. I've got it on camera there, but I'm shaking a lot.
It's right at the back there now, but
there's another one. The other one's still sitting in the tree there.
Is it?
Aye. And the back branches of that dead tree.
Alright.
It's still sitting there. So there's actually a pair of them. They might have big young, or they could have eggs. We just don't know. I don't know if they're double or triple brooders. They could be like most thrushes.
We found one early last year in April and it had young, didn't it?
So they could be like other thrushes,
probably.
Like blackbirds and all that. Them do have more than one nest.
Yeah, ideal. We're up on a bank side of it, nested in one of these trees, so low down, so you could look
down into it. Because they do tend to nest a little bit higher than average.
They normally like to nest in the fork of a tree, didn't they?
In the V.
Rather than on the end of the
they're not on the ends, you're right. There's one there. Oh, there's a few. I can see there's young ones, isn't there?
Probably, there must be a young ones.
The big.
Fledged the nest.
The flying running their walk. It's still good to see them. I got reasonably bit of a close-up on one. I'm not sure what quality the picture's going to be. Because you're a shy bird. Especially in the woodland. You know, you get a lot of them in the parks. They're easy to video in the parks. Oh, you can see them flying all over up now.
Some stands, the load of young.
Aye. They're just up here on this walk.
Well, you said you'd see them flying. I can't see a one.
I can see them that walk there.
All right.
Pair of them. I'm getting dizzy walking, looking up in the air.
Yeah, we're going to have a look and find some.
Aye, because you can't get a good shot on them with a camera because they're just all over the place. Well, we've come down on the top path. Got the fields in the back there, but you've got a small hedge coming down, leading down towards where the pond is.
I think it's just the node and that, you know, looking from you.
It's this year's?
Or it's the forsaken one, I mean.
It's probably been used,
aye.
It's probably been used, like, it's just the blackbirds. It's in good shape, but you know, either something's getting it or they're fledged. You can never tell when they've gotten out like that. But the pond's just doing through them trees over there. We'll make my way down the path here. We've just come through here and
just a bunch of long-tailed tits that must have just fledged the nest.
All the young ones have got short tails on them.
They might not be the same, but you can definitely hear them.
They're just there. I've got one on view there. I'm hoping.
It seems like there's a good bunch of them, like right in here. There's one just in front of you, aren't there?
There are though.
Anyway, there's a few, because I mean, what are they lay? Lay a dozen eggs.
Aye.
Must have had a good hatching.
Oh, aye. They must have nested early.
Probably the ones not coming up here this year, we've probably missed a couple of decent little nests up there.
Because they were just in this, like sitting in the middle of the day as I came down this path, and the whole lot of them just blasted in front of us. Didn't have the camera on. Aye, there's loads of them. Aye, well, we'll get a run to the pond.
If it wasn't for the tail on them probably be the smallest bird, wouldn't we?
Aye. I think they are running about the third smallest we've got, aren't they?
Yeah. Because you've got the, what is it,
you've got the gold crest and the fire crest and then the wren. Aye. And then it's got to be them. Either get the little quartets and morsets. I think there's a few species of bird what are roughly the same size, you know, because you can't get one bigger than the other. I think I can see a nest in the middle there. I can see a bird. See it? It's a coot. Oh, it's got young ones.
All right.
Right behind it. Right, because there's a nest in the middle.
I can see them there. It's still can't see the young ones like there.
It is,
Red black things like that. They might come down
straight away, they've just hid.
So it probably had the nest right in the middle there.
Mm-hmm.
You would never have been able to get it that, like.
Oh, nah. You can see the young ones running around.
We got a good one of the coots anyway, didn't we, at that point? Is that definitely the coot? It's the water hen then. It's got orange beak in there. Can you see it? At the back,
I can see the one. You're right, it is, aye.
It's got orange beak.
Aye.
So there must be a bunch of little moorhens.
They're running on top of that stuff,
aye,
aren't
that's
they?
what I was looking. See the one out of the far back?
Aye.
It looks like it's running across the top of it.
They're running on top of it, aye. They are water hens, you're right, aye. I just seen it from the back going in and
I just seen it, then I noticed it's orange beak now as it kind of turned.
Because the coot's a little bit bigger than them, aren't they? That's probably why.
It must be like that stuff what's floating on. It's just like
especially if they're managing to run across.
Yeah, that one is lying across.
So it must be quite thick.
That one's coming the clear quite a bit out there, like
I can see it through the trees, at the back there.
You need to get a half shot of it there.
There probably is more than one pair of them, like, isn't there?
Well, they laid a load of eggs anyhow, didn't it? And they like 15 eggs in that can.
I think the one that we found did have about 8 or 9 in.
I think they lay more than that though.
Aye, definitely.
I found them when I was a kid, when like at least a half a dozen.
Aye.
You know?
There's more
other ones come with there. Can you see it at the back in the clear?
Oh, it's next to the young.
Just come right up and open. I'll help you to get a good shot of them both from there.
I'm sort of freehanding it with the camera and it's moving all over.
Steady a little bit.
But you can see them like quite clearly. Now it was actually feeding it then.
Oh, walking on top of that stuff like that.
Aye, it's gone straight across it. It must be quite thick in places. That algae type stuff.
But a good few days out, them ones aren't they?
Aye, they're quite big. Like maybe a few days to a week.
Aye, they're decent size. I had a whole bunch of them over there next to the mother and now.
Aye, because there's a good bunch of them. Some of them look different size. Them ones at the distance look a bit small, don't they?
Wait.
There might be more than one pair, you know. Because see that one over there in the reeds?
Looks a lot bigger.
Aye, it looks twice the size. That one, them ones that are running across the stuff.
Aye.
Unless it's just when I've been closer, but it does look a little bit bigger than some of them up the top. But when you think about it, you will get more than one pair though, won't you? On these ponds. So there could be a couple of nests. They probably have started nesting at the same time and both hatched out at the same time.
That came here a few weeks ago and I didn't see out tall on the pond. 2, 3 weeks or something. It would have been on the obviously nesting there, but it would have been sitting tight. Probably had eggs when I come along.
Well, we're still on the path, but we're coming down to here. There's a bit of a path down here. You've got the stream. There's a brick wall over there up under the nest in there last year.
There's a bit there's a tunnel up there now, isn't there?
There's
sign run shell after.
We did find the nest in the tunnel. We found the great tits just in this wall, just below here.
It'll be easier way than this slippy bank like that.
Aye, because it was raining last night. There'll be water under there. I didn't fancy sliding all the way down there into the stream. We're going to do the next part. I put the camera on because you've got these walls here. They're part of the old building structures from that we're doing here.
We'll have a look in it.
Aye. I did find the blackbirds in the middle of it last year. Ah, yeah, no, the holes in them and that. I just keep expecting to see stockdogs or something jumping. We've never found one doing this part of the...
Often though, you look at these walls in our lives
and you think they look great.
But most of the time there's never out in there, is there?
No.
Maybe it's all blackbirds or the odd...
That's a blackbird's there, like...
wrens or something. I know. Oh, look.
And there was one in there last year with eggs. That's probably that. And you would expect more. It looks like an ideal place. Surprisingly, nothing. Right, we're coming up to the wild part in the tunnel. I'll just leave the camera on so people can see what we're... I just didn't behind them grid.
I haven't seen any signs of the bird like so.
Yeah, not yet. We did find a cold tits in the wall just under that big tree somewhere. Can't remember exactly where. But this dipper was always a bit of a...
Aye, but you couldn't get in to look at it.
No, you couldn't. It's just a shame. Now, try and get it run a little bit to the edge.
Like I say, we've seen these signs of the bird on out, so I didn't think.
No. Could be sitting on eggs, like.
Could be, I suppose. Or it could, even if it wasn't, it could nest weed inside it. So.
Yeah, it could, like. I'm trying to think how I done this last year. I think I went doing... Yeah, I couldn't have went doing that, like. I'll get a hold of this grid. It was nesting just in that back wall there. There's not even a nest there now.
Yeah.
It's must have fell off. And it hasn't come back and rebuilt.
We want shot would find anything else.
No. There's a couple of bits of grass there, it just hasn't rebuilt it this year. Well, we've just come down, that's the main path what we've come down on, and you know, you've got all these wilds here. The stream runs all the way down, but it's still part of the old industrial works from like 100 years ago.
I've seen whitetails.
You've got some canny old, them loose dry stone wall all the way down. You know, you will get the whitetails, the dippers, there'll be robins, blackbirds, maybe even spotted flycatchers, possibly. Never seen any.
I've never seen one, you know.
I have found a couple like years ago when I was a kid.
I thought I'd seen one when I was a kid once.
I got two of them one year. But you do see them, you do get them. It's just we haven't been lucky enough. But we've only been doing these videos. This is coming into our 4th year now, isn't it? But I'll leave the camera on so you can see these holes in the walls just as we're going. Because something might just jump out as we're walking down.
It looks good in the face.
It always looks great, doesn't it? Like you say, there's never note in them for some reason. But there's plenty of holes and crevices in the wall. It's just... It's surprisingly how we're doing... See, we tend to look for nests at the fronts, but there could be... Like the little blue tits and grey tits will be nesting at the backs. It's like he has a nest here, I don't know if it's a wagtails or something. Just in this one here.
Alright, it looks like it's possibly been an owl.
Aye.
Although they look old like we say, because they use old
material.
stuff, didn't they? That's them jumping like a...
I know. I didn't want to get too close to this. That one does look a little bit old, like. I can see little bits of spider webs on the front of the wall there.
Probably has been a wagtail or something.
Oh, aye. Aye, definitely. But it just shows you can't find them down here.
There's a bit of an old nest up there, but can you see it behind? Oh, no, it's not.
Oh, no. I think you'll even find robins in these walls now, won't you? You know, we've found robins in the walls before.
Robins there.
Just about everywhere, you know. Right, I'm going to turn the camera off because we've got to get down here. There's a bit there what you can climb down, I think. Well, we came under the stream. We didn't see no. It was a bit awkward to get down where it had been raining.
I think it's possibly an old wagtail's like.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good. I've never seen any of the birds that we often used to see them, didn't we?
But we're going to walk back up all the way up through the path now, instead, because we came down the top way. So we're going to walk up the bottom path, and because there's a lot of wilds all the way up there now. So we'll have a look up through them. Like, we'll come up to the old stone walls what I was on about.
The blackbirds singing on there.
It's hiding in there somewhere.
Normally often we'll fund the nests and these the blackbirds often.
Did they nest in the holes in the walls and then there's all this ivy stuff, you know?
Nest through there, through those and nets. Can you see it up against the wall? I think it looks like another wren.
Oh, there's a wren and all.
It's really young on the front there.
It might have big young ones because I've just seen the wren dropping down into there.
It's definitely it's got to be a wren's, but the hole's like twice the size now. The entrance.
Aye. And there's the wren and all.
Yeah, the wren. I think it possibly is young because like I say, the entrance is twice the size, isn't it? When you're looking at it. They look like big nets, actually.
It does. It looks.
It's there. Can you see it? I think it's built.
It's coming around. No, it's got food in its gob.
It's not. It wasn't food in it. It's like a big sort of.
So it's standing a little bit further back.
Yeah. I think it's actually still building it. That's why the entrance is probably so big. Because it hasn't finished.
What I'll do, I'll get here like this, you know, and see if I can balance the camera. I haven't got a tripod on, you know, otherwise we would just set the tripod up. I know. I carry it all the time, I know. Just we're on a public footpath and people do just walk around. I'm sitting videoing a wall.
It wasn't food what I had in its mouth. It's definitely nest materials. So that's probably why the entrance is so big, because it hasn't finished it. But I don't think it's come back then.
And we're sort of alarmed it and it's went.
Because he had done it, but it's definitely on building, like, because it was definitely nest material what it had in it.
Try to think. Can I get into there? We're getting nettled.
It's definitely one I'm building though.
I'm going to have a little closer look with the camera. I'll walk through.
But it definitely wasn't food in it, 100%.
I just don't know how high this is, you know, like how low this crap is. What I'm.
You never believe it, you know, thing.
Oh no. No, it's.
It definitely was nest material.
I couldn't say it properly.
It's 2 inches long.
Oh crap! I'm into brambles and everything. Oh, we are. Aye, it is. You're right. It must be a late builder. Just dropping down in front of us. Look at the caterpillars. I'll get back over here. I've only got tracksuits on, I'm getting nettled a bit. Not on my knees. Oh, it's still worth looking at. The front end of the hole wasn't built like you would see. You're right. This time of year, you're just half expecting.
I'm just convinced when I have a cat experience, you just didn't believe us, and you just want to look for yourselves.
I do like the look.
He's wrong.
No, I'm not that bad. But I do like the look though.
The thing in its beak was a big lang thing.
Like a lang bit of stick?
The wren wouldn't be eaten out.
I know that big you're right. I didn't say it, I just wasn't sure. Because I was like trying to look on the viewfinder at the same time, not to make sure I got in shot.
There's been a nest in that wall, can you see?
Oh, aye, just at the front there.
Could have possibly even been a robin's or something, big.
I wouldn't have been as low down as what it is now. I'll have a quick look.
Because it doesn't look like big like what it
like a blackbird, the hole doesn't look open enough, does it? The hole doesn't look open enough. See if I can get a bit higher up. I was gonna say it is a blackbird. You know, but it's smaller inside. So it probably is a robin or something. It's like a deep cup this year's. It's probably just built the nest to the size of the shape of the thing, like. I'm always creeping in other places and people walk past with dogs. Yeah.
I was actually stand here.
I heard you saying it, but I didn't know what.
Like
I did look.
Somebody had to took me to the bushes. Nice.
That's the worst thing about making these videos when you're on these footpaths. Just looking. It looked like a blackbird's inside. It looked small, but
From there, it looked like.
it was quite small even inside for a blackbird to sit in it. But it just looked identical to one. But look, this year's now. So it might have just been used and fledged or something. I'm leaving the camera on just in case we spot anything just under here. So I'm hoping I got that little wren on shot, like on camera when it went in with the stuff. Because normally I do turn the camera off, and sometimes it appears to leave it on because I would never have gotten that because it was that quick. All this ivy on the walls, ideal places.
There's another little wren. Can you see it there? Just there.
Oh, right, aye, just under the. Oh, and there's a blackbird just there.
Alright,
Aye, get a look at this wrens.
You find a hell of a lot of wrens. Probably we'll find more wrens than any other bird.
Aye.
But the thing is, they didn't use them all, do they?
I didn't think this one's getting used. It's got a branch going in front of it there. And that looks like I'm wrecking it, but it looks old.
And the ones that didn't use, they didn't bother lining them, did they? So
no, they didn't line them. That just looks like our moss. And there's a look at those blackbirds.